I think both our LinkedIns have been in meltdown and WhatsApp. So how are you feeling about it first week?
Feeling great. Yeah, it is the flow of information and the flow of kind of relationship and the flow of connection, is nearly overwhelming, but it's really humbling actually, and really exciting. So yeah. Delighted.
I think everyone's been looking forward to this week, so it's great to have you here, Jason. And I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this was just to bring the blog to life a bit from both sides. Obviously, you've moved on from a great business and joined another great business, if I do say so myself. And this has been a decision that has always been in the back of my mind, really, since I started S&S. So, I do know that I'm a founder entrepreneur first and a CEO second. So, the first 7 years S&S needed the founder, it needed entrepreneurial spirit, it needed that startup sort of CEO mentality, which it absolutely got in spades. And it's been an amazing 7+ years. I'm very grateful and over the moon to be having this conversation, really, because some businesses don't get there. But there's a time where you just got to realise to yourself that there might be someone better to take on S&S from a CEO perspective, whilst also recognising kind of what my strengths are and what my unique abilities are. It's an odd world at the moment, but what has been really positive is the genesis of S&S is starting to play through now, which is innovative consulting models to inspire future work and challenge the larger consultancies is working. So I've never wanted to be someone who would be a part of the problem. I'm over the moon we're here. And now I'm here to support you and the SLT, but I think it's important that everyone realises that this is still my passion, it's still my love. I love what we do. I want to inspire future work. I'm never going to stop until we really take that to a wider scale. So this will still be a full-time thing for me in the ecosystem.
Having studied engineering, I got swept up into the excitement of consulting as a graduate with Deloitte for a few years. And I think, some of the larger organizations have quite a big turnover in those early years, and sort of scratching my head and looking around. And I left to join one or two of the best people that I'd worked for at that stage who were starting a new business, which was Morehouse Consulting, where I've been for 18 years, and that was a total startup. So for me, there's really three stories, I guess, in there. There's a kind of consulting story, and I've had the privilege to work with some of the world's largest organizations, and with leadership teams, the talented people leading those organizations, to work with them, to learn from them, and to learn how to build and grow significant, size consulting teams to take on big challenges. Some real highlights there, things I'm really proud of. Running the largest airline integration in UK history, with British Airways and BMI, and being involved in the vaccines deployment. So that's a consulting story, and then there's a commercial story, I guess. In any growing business, learning to be a business person, a commercial-minded person, helping teams grow, having a healthy business, opening new sectors and markets, and responding to new client needs and demands over the years, and seeing these things shift and understanding what's coming next, and staying humble and having that growth and that learning mindset with that as well, with what we're taking to market is essential. But also the third story, I guess, is leading a business. And I've had the opportunity, feel very fortunate to be involved in basically every aspect of a professional services firm that's healthy and alive and growing. And I've absolutely loved that. And particularly leading people, working with people, excited to be around talented people, and trying to continually bring people into the organization who are better than you, at whatever it is that they do. And, be amazed when you can set the conditions right, you can set them up for success, give them what they need, and kind of watch them fly. And I think that's the biggest, probably, sense of pride for me over the years. So I'm super excited about S&S. There's something a bit magnetic here, and something exciting, something fresh. There's something that, you can almost smell it in the air, and in no small part, Pat, this sense of momentum, this sense of adventure. You know, this comes from you, from your leadership, and from the senior team here. And I think in my conversations that, you know, as we've had together, many of them that have moved from that's interesting to that's quite compelling to, crikey, could I even put this down? Could I turn this down?
You know, it's a rare bird to find someone who has gone in as, you know, the first employee really, to a very recognised consulting firm, Morehouse, which I always admired as, you know, an organisation that, you know, actually really implements real transformation, and always watched the growth from afar. And finding someone who'd been at the start from almost like the first package of work through the different machinations of, you know, the founding team, the seed team, crossing the desert when you're too big to be small, too small to be big, and everything that comes with that. So the experience, the tenure, you as an individual, your background, your values, your leadership style, it was kind of a home run, which I never thought I'd be able to tick all of those boxes. Now, as I said, I have interviewed well over maybe 200 people over the years, you know, heads of consulting, potential CEOs, you know, potential people that I felt could take this idea to a bigger, grander scale. And, you know, in the process, I some really ready-made CEOs that had, you know, would have guaranteed us huge success, guaranteed, straight away, but would have ruined what S&S stood for. So it's not just about turbo growth, it's not just about getting out there and making that impact in the world, which I know we can do, and I know on our best day we're amazing and unique and, you know, one of the best out there. It's also about doing it the right way, because I think the journey is important as the outcome.
There's something about culture in there, isn't there? And my experience is it's something that's nurtured and fed, you know, in every interaction, in every promotion decision, and, you know, everybody we bring in adds something to the culture here that it's going to evolve, but actually the values at the heart of an organization, and which are human values.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, you know, it's not business ethics, it's ethics. It's a remarkable thing to be serving a range of talented people in complex organizations that are affected by everything in the sweep of, you know, socio-geopolitical, you know, influence, the rise and the fall and the seasons and the technologies and the evolutions. So it's a compelling environment. So I think you have to love that. I think you have to love the challenge. You have to be curious. I think you have to want to understand, to build careers in serving in a professional services context, you know, these clients and these people and these organizations. You have to be curious in where those things are headed, what really drives them, what does success mean for them as individuals, as organizations, and in the context that they're in.
When S&S are playing their best game and transforming businesses, we do inspire a future work. You know, the change site is inspiring a future work, but also what also is inspiring a future work is transforming businesses, re-energizing the workforce, you know, re-energizing exec leadership teams and getting them to do their best, most valuable work, not only to each other, but for the business and for their customers. And, you know, obviously I'll keep banging the drum about an award that we won for a transformation that we did with a business. But what was amazing for me on that was, you know, two or three of the exec got headhunted on the success of that. And they're still following the blueprint that we put in there and coached, doing their best work for those that stayed. And we talked about this, you know, I want to play that best game every day. The change sites for me I'm very passionate about. It still is the jewel in the crown, and will continue to be so. You know, there might be some people watching this that don't know me very well, but I've been passionate about human capital management for 20 odd years. You know, it's my life's work, building a community of associates, a community of practice, and then linking that to a opportunity in the market or to solve problems at board level or enterprise level in many different industries. And yeah, it was a bat crazy idea really when I started S&S, which was I knew in my previous life doing interim management, deploying individuals, into organisations and teams of individuals to transform businesses and work alongside execs and stuff to help them, improve and deliver. That professional services model was starting to get disintermediated and was starting to become a commodity. So I knew I had to re-engineer what I did. At the same time I was seeing many different trends coming together at any one time, which is, management consulting fatigue. Morehouse did very well out of the larger consultancies, not doing what they should be doing, or still operating by an older pyramid model. I think, the change side today still is a big part of our workforce model and will continue to be a big part of our workforce model. It's a big part of our community, it's a big part of this business. So I think for the Change Society and our cadre of people that we know and love working with this move, we're going to be winning probably bigger, more impactful transformations where we're going to have even more work. I'm most effective and most energised when I'm out, forward-facing, making things happen. If you look at all of my psychometrics, I'm, someone who can see things, a year, 2, 3 years down the line. So there's projects that I'm working on at the moment where it's going to benefit S&S. So one's a very innovative project, which I can't talk about at the moment. So I'll be playing there. I'm going to be playing in market making. As I enjoy putting things out of the ground, so I'm going to be working very closely with Mike in the Middle East for our aspirations over there, which is good. Partnerships, key relationships, the Change Society forward-facing, still full-time. Got a few projects in my top pocket that I haven't told you about yet.
I would be disappointed if that wasn't the case.
So,
always.
So still being the entrepreneur, founder, coach, energizer, and as I said at the start, I think there's a case to say we're only really starting to get going. So really excited about where it's all going.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this organisation flourish. It's come a long way, but there's so much that it could do. It's a really exciting prospect when you look at each of the elements, the creativity, the talent, bringing this together. We need to strengthen certain areas to help us scale a bit. There are a few gaps to plug, but that evolution and that preparedness is really fueling the growth that is going to come. And we're going to need some others to join us on this journey, for sure, as we go and as we strengthen and deepen our capabilities. But it's that whole alive kind of scene, of going on this thing together and having an ambition that is bigger than any one of us could achieve. And that's when you get a real sense of satisfaction, a mild disbelief, looking back that you've come so far as you have, and to do it in a way that's fresh. Again, coming back to what makes this organisation different and what delights our clients. And there's something special there that I'm really looking forward to working with.
Winning 30 awards for our clients on the back of our successful transformations we've delivered with them.
Is that cumulative or in 1 year?
Cumulative. We've got 3 in process at the moment, so there's a little head start for you there, Jason.
Trophies are important. Goodness, in 3 years. I'd love to see this place thriving and alive, pulsing with energy, and people having the best days of their careers.